texting. Or I should say I'm tweeting. Forgot to tweet the show.
All right. Forgot.
All right, everybody.
Man.
Welcome to the NorCal Sports Network.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys?
Why are you damning me, Tyler? Come on. We just came on. I didn't even say nothing yet.
Should we get rid of him already? There he goes. All right, it's the Los D Show. And Dan. We got rid of Mr. Negativity.
Oh, is it positive? Is it Positive Wednesday?
Should we make it Positive Wednesday?
I don't know.
Look, he had that all prepared. Look at that. In Tommy Lasorda's body.
Yep, you got it. Yeah.
I know Tommy's number.
Awesome.
He worked all day on that. That's grounds for not just insubordination. That's grounds for like a 6-week ban.
No. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so we want let's put out the truth then. Let's put out the truth.
Oh, jeez.
That's a good one.
That's
that
all
looks
right.
pretty legit.
That looks legit.
Yeah. Chase is a comfortable place to watch a game.
Yeah. So how'd the game look today, Eric, on the game board?
Oh man, today I was actually busy. I didn't get a chance to really follow it.
Oh.
The game board, it follows you wherever you go, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was just busy. I didn't have the phone with me all day.
You didn't miss much. Giants get
shellacked. Well, not shellacked.
Shellacked.
4-1's kind of
4-1, but no bat today again. Giants get a total of 4 hits today. Absolutely pathetic. 8 Ks, not horrible, but 4 hits. I guess it's better than Cincinnati got last night, though. So, but
man,
Eric,
can't support Logan Webb. I mean,
Webb's kind of he gets caned a lot, hasn't he, this year?
He has, absolutely. Thanks, Val. Appreciate that. It's pathetic. The lineup's been doing somewhat, putting some runs on the board the last few games, and then today it's a total stinker. 4 hits, no run or 1 run, and it's just. And wasn't that run scored because of a wild throw from the pitcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, no runs knocked in.
An RTI. I mean, Webb did his job. He went 6 innings. He had, what is that?
He usually does.
Yeah. He limited the damage for some. He only allowed 2 runs. I mean, that should be easily recoverable for the lineup. But again, you got guys coming back in the lineup that haven't been in the lineup for a while, and then sometimes that happens.
What did I tell you guys?
Yeah, we called it, didn't we? Who was going to get sent down and come up? Huh?
Well, not that I told you Flores is going to start cooling off.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yep. 1 for 4 today, down to 291, and he's still hitting good. But I'm telling you, he's going to be down to about 270 to 275 when this year ends. They keep playing him.
That's the problem. You got to get him playing him,
and
not an everyday player.
Not an everyday player. You play guys when they're hot, and then when the hot streak, when they start to cool off, then you got to maybe give them a little day off or 2, and then hopefully they pick it back up.
I mean, hell, I would have been happy if Jock was DHing today. I'm saying, instead of playing out in the outfield.
Well, they could have played. It's interesting. They did not play Sable. He was in the on-deck circle.
Yeah.
But Sable is it looks like to me that Sable's going to maybe catch 1 day a week. That's about it. I mean, they're going with Bailey. Now you're into the real stretch drive. Their record falls to 69 and 64, 5 games over 500. So they played 133. They got 29 ball games to go. 29. That's it.
That's it. We're in the stretch now. This is it. This is the sprint now.
I saw Yaz today. He was that the play that I believe it was the play. He was on first base, and there was a comebacker to the mound. And I believe that was him. Threw it to second wildly, and De La Cruz had to come off the bag. Tell me if that was Yaz. I was wrong on that, but if it was Yaz, I'm pretty sure it was. He was not running full speed.
They probably told him to. I mean,
well, no, they told him not to probably run, and so
and I'm sure that's the same for Conforto and Slater and Yaz.
Yeah, you're gonna have and if they bring up what's his name, Pollock, hey, don't overthrow it. Don't overthrow. So you got your whole outfield is on like the nurses list. Everybody,
Does Pollock do back?
Who knows? We'll find out some interesting stuff tomorrow because the waiver, the waiver wire is Randall Grichuk's available. Hunter Renfroe hit a home run on Tuesday, either right before or right after he was waived by the Angels. I'm not sure how that worked. So he did a home run. I just don't remember the point where they waived him. But right now, Arizona is trailing the Dodgers. Get this, 7-0. Arizona goes.
God, the Dodgers are just such head and shoulders better than everybody in the division. I mean, it's not even.
And even when they don't have the pitching, they're just going to bludgeon you to death. That lineup.
Hey, I love that hat, Los. By the way, I had that exact same hat, and Buster got a hold of it and chewed it.
Oh no!
Yeah, the only one. No. Yeah, I had to. I haven't been able to get it replaced yet, but
black and red.
I do have a new hat tonight. I gotta find Bubba.
Nice. Yep. Hey, real quick before we get too deep into this, since tomorrow is a day off, right?
Nope.
No, it's not.
Know your Giants, man.
Yesterday said okay. I take that back. Los, you gonna be here tomorrow?
Tomorrow's my birthday, guys. I'm going out.
That's where I'm going. Today's birthday.
Me and Senior got birthdays.
And Senior softball games are dedicated correspondent for NorCal Sports Network.
Well, let's bring in Bora. Let's bring in Bora for the birthday party.
Here we go.
It's Loski's birthday tomorrow.
All right.
I cannot blow out any candles like that.
Tomorrow, I'll make sure. What time do you know you were born?
5:30 p.m.
Oh, p.m. Good thing you didn't say a.m. I'll rip one for you tomorrow. Not at 5:30. Not at 5:30. I won't be awake.
5:30 right on the dot.
Happy birthday to Los and Senior softball games. Awesome.
Right on. Appreciate it.
You bet.
This is how we think. Bora? How does the chat?
Happy birthday, Los.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Happy birthday. How does the chat think of Los? Be thinking of him tomorrow. Everybody, 5:30 p.m., not a.m. Let off your best.
Like, you know what? What's funny is she made dinner reservations right at 5:30. So when we sit down for dinner, I'm going to be laughing, and she's not going to know why the fuck I'm laughing. Everybody on my show's ripping one for me right now.
Oh man!
5:30, everybody.
Make sure you eat some beans tonight to make it easier for tomorrow.
We're gonna have to get into this a little bit too. Real quick too, before we're not even getting to the Giants yet, but the official time for the fantasy draft. Senior brought up a good point. We got a Labor Day weekend this weekend, so maybe we want to push it up to maybe middle of the week next week. What do you think? People may be having plans doing something.
Yeah, it's got to be no later than Wednesday because the season starts Thursday.
All right. What say you, Senior? Because he's the one that's going to be putting it together, unless I figure out this whole Yahoo thing. But
Is it going to be a live draft, or is it just
Yeah,
gonna
live
be
draft.
just
Like Yahoo does a
online?
45-second clock or a 1-minute clock. You get a minute between picks.
And there are some people that unfortunately take the full 60
But
seconds.
and if you miss it, it just auto selects.
Yep.
Dan know this from last year, right? Didn't it happen to you?
The very first pick, because I couldn't get logged in. I didn't know that I had to already have a team name and have your login information.
Gotcha.
So you got to be ready to go before
You got to be ready to go. Gotcha.
You got to get the league out. You got to get it all set up days before.
I mean, I could try to set it up if you want to do it earlier, but I don't know. I don't want to screw anything up.
Hey, Bora, you were born in 2004?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh,
holy shit.
That just reeks Yahoo. That just reeks Yahoo.
Oh, man.
2004.
Gosh, you're younger than my youngest.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest was born in 03.
Man.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get off the age thing.
Yeah, let's get it. Okay, back to the Giants.
Well, I thought where you were going with this is 04. That's tech world, man. I think Bora could set up the league.
You want to set it up?
Do not put that pressure on me.
We'll blame the young kid. It's his fault.
We all know last night whose fault it was. We don't want to get into that though. Again, we don't want to bring up Cobb, Eric, blowing that for the whole Bay Area.
You guys were talking about the whole what if. That is a show that we need to organize that show. Maybe not tonight, but that is going to be interesting.
That would be
your greatest what ifs. I mean, everybody's got about 100 of them.
Oh yeah, there's everybody's got to give when we do that show. Everybody's kind of got to do maybe their top 3 that really hurt. Any sport. It doesn't have to be Giants. Doesn't have to be Niners. Any sport. You could have a favorite college team that your heart got broken. So
Bora, be like, who is Barry Bonds?
What does Bora drink in the chat wants to know?
It's kombucha.
Oh, those
that's
are good.
Healthy stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Kombucha.
Those are good for you.
Yeah. Boros is like the Luis Matos of the show.
The Luis Matos of the show?
All right.
Can you dig with that?
Yeah, sure. Except I would have a better angle than.
Hey, this is Luis Matos.
All right.
Easy, everybody. Save the what ifs for the show.
Save it for the show.
Nothing, but save it for the show when we do it. We'll dedicate the whole show to that. So
the whole show. It'll be like,
don't give away your cards yet.
What if Eric did not? Here's a teaser. What if Eric did not bring up change the thumbnail last night? Would Alex Cobb have thrown a no-hitter? The answer is probably yes. So
I got a better one for you. What if Eric had cable and watched games all the time?
Man.
That would be how much better would the show be if the guy actually talking about the game actually saw the game?
How about this? How about what if Dan never went to the beach?
He's got a wicked counter, man. It's hard to beat that.
He's got all kinds of. I
got it everywhere. I messaged Senior earlier. I was like, I think
don't push it too far. One day you may go into log in, and you may just find yourself that you have no access to the controls. Putting me in Dodger Blue
never gets old.
Putting me in Dodger Blue is very borderline. Like
I'm gonna bring that up when Ned comes on.
That's one of the blasphemous sins, is the unforgivable, maybe putting me in a Dodger uniform.
Oh man.
Although, as I've aged with this thing, as an 18-year-old and senior in high school, had the I Hate the Dodger fan club orange and black sticker on my bumper, had everything. I hated the Dodgers with a passion, and I hated them, and I laugh with glee when they lost every year in the playoffs. But something about this year and the fact that Farhan, and we got to deal with Farhan and everybody thinking that the Giants are a good organization. My hat's off to the LA Dodgers, man. Crap, they just keep winning,
Right.
and they're kicking the Giants' butts in every stinking area there is. And
let's not forget, look where they're at with their starting pitching. It's basically fallen apart. It's in ashes, but yet they're still winning.
well,
That just tells you how strong this team is.
They have stars. They
Yep.
have Mookie Betts. They have Freddie Freeman. When both their careers are finished, they'll be in the Hall of Fame. You've got Clayton Kershaw, another Hall of Famer. You got Will Smith, another All-Star.
Max
The
Muncy.
Giants have Patrick Bailey, and that's it. And I'll give you Estrada. They're the two best players on the team. They both happen to have a WAR over 3. They're the only two guys that are worth anything. I don't think anybody would want any Giants in a trade except for our youngest guys. They'd want Schmidt, and they'd want Matos and Luciano, of course. But I don't know if anybody really wants Yaz or Slater, Fordo or Haniger or Davis or
They'd be bench players for
Peterson.
most
I
teams.
mean, they would be. They're not going to be knocking the doors down for those guys, and that is the Giants. That's their club, and I don't know. I mean, could the Giants still sneak into the playoffs and have something lightning, in a bottle type thing? Sure, it could happen. I mean, especially now that you got 3 pitchers. You go into a rotation with Webb, Cobb, and Harrison, into a series. I don't care what you say. They're going to keep you in the series. So I think the Giants get in. It wouldn't shock me to see the Giants advance in the playoffs with 3 pitchers. And if they can somehow pick up Lucas Giolito tomorrow, doesn't look like it. My guess is he goes to the Reds or the D-backs. And if he goes to the D-backs, you can blame the Dodgers for that because they smoked the D-backs 3 straight. All they had to do, Arizona, was win 1, and the Giants would be a half game up tomorrow. But the Giants are going to be a half game ahead of Arizona. I could almost visualize and not quite guarantee it, but I got to believe Arizona is going to put in a claim for Lucas Giolito.
Real quick, what time does that kick off? Is there a certain time where it kicks off?
It just gets announced. It's not like a show or anything.
Yeah.
There's no like, hey, it's I think there's a deadline of 1:00 Pacific.
So it closes
time.
at 1. Okay.
Either noon or 1. I can't remember exactly what time it closes, but you'll find out who got who. Giants may be interested in a reunion with Matt Moore. The lefty.
He's turned into a really good relief pitcher.
Yeah, they might want another reliever. They might want. They only have Alexander and Rogers in the pen when they got Minaya.
Yeah, but they got Brevia coming back too. They're going to have to make some room.
But you can never have enough pitching even down the stretch. You can always leave somebody off your playoff roster if you want to. It's 1 Eastern. Okay, YouTube. 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 1:00 Eastern. So we'll know at 10:00 tomorrow.
Nice.
And I got to believe that Renfroe, Grichuk, Moore, and Giolito get picked up. I got to believe that Harrison Bader gets picked up by somebody.
Carrasco will probably get picked up by somebody.
Yeah. Carrasco was with who? The Angels too?
No, Mets.
Mets. Mm-hmm. Okay. Who was I think the Angels had somebody else. Was it Lopez or Reynolds?
No, they had Tyler Anderson, but they said he's on the hook for like 26 million. So I don't think.
No, you know who they got? Leon.
Did they release Leon?
Or they put him on waivers, yeah.
Interesting. Gabe might like that and bringing back Leon. Who knows? Cliff Martinez, Reds will put a claim before Arizona for Giolito. It's possible. It's coming down. I mean, the Giants' golden opportunity today to go 3-up on Cincinnati. I kind of felt like the game was going to go Arizona's way when I watched the first inning and how Arizona made 2 pretty sparkling defensive plays.
Wait, you mean Reds? The Reds?
Did I say Arizona? I meant,
Yeah.
I mean
I know what you
Cincinnati.
mean.
When Cincy made 2 sparkling plays in the first, I go, it's going to go Reds' way today. There it is. Lopez. Ronaldo Lopez, 100-mile.
Oh, White Sox. Yeah.
He was with the Angels, though. He came over in that deal with Giolito, right?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so he got released too. So, yeah, maybe you pick up Lopez, Ted. You're right. I thought there was a Lopez in that. Yeah. So
Hey, I got a good question for the chat and everybody. Thought about this before we went on the show. So, if you could pick one Giant, past or present, could be a manager, could be a general manager, doesn't have to be a player. One San Francisco Giant to go to dinner and drinks with, who would it be?
Interesting.
Dinner and drinks. For me, I thought about it because
Did they have to be living?
nope, could be past or present. So everybody likes to laugh, but I love humor. So not just because he's the best player of all time, but Willie Mays just has
Yeah, right.
just a great personality. Hey, Los, thank you for inviting me, Los. Oh man, we're gonna have a good time tonight, Los.
Los, that's pretty good. That's pretty
You want
good,
some
Los.
cognac? You want some cognac, Los? All right, brother, let's get some, man. A close second would be
That's
Brian
pretty
Wilson.
good. That's pretty good.
That's Willie Mays. So
I like it.
I mean,
I
not
like
just
Ums.
because he's.
Austin
I mean,
Slater.
the best player is obvious, but just his personality is just infectious. I would. Brian Wilson is a close second because that dude would be
That dude's
nonstop
nuts.
laughing. So those are the 2 for me. Anybody else?
2, huh?
Who would
You
you
wanna
like to have
pick
dinner
2, or
drinks
you just-
with, and why?
and why? What was your why?
Oh, just because I love sense of humor and personality, and just I think Willie would just be, there's some great Giants on that their personalities.
Damn you, official business
Like
guy.
Buster Posey, for
Will
example. I probably
Clark.
wouldn't want to go to dinner with him. He's probably
Very
kinda
good.
quiet.
That's
He's not
the guy
he's
who
not
I
a
was
San
gonna
he's not a
pick.
San Francisco Giant though. You said San Francisco. Not
If
New
he
York.
had to be San Francisco or just Giant?
No, any Giant.
Giant, Willie.
Yes,
Yeah,
official
yeah,
business
Willie
guy.
Mays.
John
Hey.
McGraw would be the guy that I would select.
Are you
Absolutely.
Willie Mays?
That guy
You
was
pick-
in base. That guy was a manager for 30 years.
You'd pick John McGraw too,
Oh yeah,
aficionado, history buff.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a good one, Eric.
Could you imagine though? I mean, that's the story. Because back in that time, baseball was just played differently.
Yes, Brian Iglesias. It can be a coach. It can be a
Yes.
coach.
If you guys ever get a chance, read John McGraw's book. It's actually pretty good. I was able to read it on Google Reads or something like that for free.
Hey,
if I'm not mistaken.
MF, I hope you're joking.
Oh, hey,
MF.
there go the fireworks again. 9:30 and boom.
MF, I hope you're
Disneyland, go out
joking.
there, man. Enjoy it. Little Napoleon.
Please. I know
There's
you're
so
not
many
picking that
guys.
ball.
Bora.
I know it's a hard one. You don't got to answer.
I bet
right
you
away.
Bora's
Just-
going to go with. I know who he's going with.
Who
I
am I
know-
going to go with?
Well,
I know who he's
Bora,
going with.
Or
You know who
try
you're
to
going
guess
with?
Dan's, and Dan
You know
will
who
try
you're
to
going
guess
with,
Bora's.
Bora? I think he's going with this guy.
55? Yeah.
No, not him.
No?
No.
Remember,
I've-
this is just to have dinner and drinks with. This is just to hang out. So it's like
I'm gonna say Jock Peterson. I think
Wow.
he
Okay.
okay, come on.
Come on.
He is so chill
Oh my
and
god.
so just nonchalant, relaxed. I think I would have a great time with him.
He might be too chill. Might be too boring.
I don't know.
Yeah, come on, man. Like rewind. You can do better than we're trying to get this guy out of town, and you're trying to have dinner with him.
Now you're gonna have to make me. I'm gonna have to go make a damn thumbnail now. God, I thought I was done with that tonight.
No, all right. I'll come back to me. I'll think of another one.
Yeah. Do over for Bora. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
Hey,
All right.
MF, that is an outstanding counter to my question.
Who did he ask? What did MF?
I questioned why he picked Pat Burrell, and he said he'd be a perfect wingman for women and dimes in the Marina District.
Oh gosh.
Or Cliff Martinez said that.
All right, I got two, and I'm not sure if I'm narrowed down, but I'm going to give you something very interesting here, because this would just. I like to have fun too, but man, it sounds like all these boom. These are loud. I'm going to pick
fun and historical would be great.
I'm going to pick two guys that I want to sit down and I want to hear their stories about life. And one of them is Dave Dravecky.
Okay,
And the other is Drew Robinson.
Interesting. I was wondering if you're going to go there after you said Dravecky. I like that. That's pretty interesting.
I want to know what led to Drew Robinson putting a gun to his head, and
that's deep.
What he was thinking, what got him. I know he had a lot of pressure to perform in baseball all his life. He wanted to be a star. And then with Dave Dravecky, I want to know how he overcame and I know he's a man of faith, as I am, and I want to sit down and just pick his brain and talk. And I know he went through a ton of depression, a lot of anger issues. And I want to hear his life, how he's, how does that go from being at the top of the profession, from, pitching almost Game 6, putting your team into the World Series, losing 1-0 on a ball lost in the lights by Candy Maldonado, to 3 years later, losing your arm that got you, the accolades and the highs to just completely, Rita's comeback. I read his story. I actually read it, but I'd love to sit down with him.
Those are two really good ones, out of the box ones.
Fantastic.
Senior with a really good one, Mike Murphy. Talk about stories.
Oh yeah,
man.
Talk about 60 years of Giant stories.
That's almost sitting down with Willie Mays. Honestly, that's almost similar.
You notice nobody has said Barry Lamar Bonds yet.
No.
Interesting.
I wouldn't mind sitting down with Barry, because I think I could get through to Barry.
I was expecting to see that answer, and I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, I think I could. I think Barry is misunderstood. I wish I could have been more of a publicist. Honestly, I wish I could have been a publicist or PR guy for athletes. As an agent, PR guy, I would have signed guys and I would have told them, this is how you do it. And now you have a model in Steph Curry, but you're gracious. You treat people well with respect. You do things to the fans. You're kind. You show grace. You don't be arrogant. Do things for the community. And a lot of athletes do, but Bonds.
I think Hiroku nailed it. That's
Val Ramos is on the board with Barry Bonds. Good job, Val.
Oh, look at this. Jim on base in the house. Welcome. Awesome. He said, I've got
mine.
Oh, you recanted
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, I have two.
Let's do it. Let's hear him.
One, Mike Yastrzemski, his timeline. Okay, listen, Eric.
All right, Eric's gone negative. Bye, Eric.
All right.
He can't even get past. He takes a person's performance, and there he's going negative again. There we go, Eric. This is We're having a positive conversation, and Eric just can't help himself. Cannot help himself. The young man born in 2004 speaks, and the old man mocks him.
No, I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, how long did he spend in the minor leagues? I mean, it was almost
Good.
10 years, right?
10.
7 years, something like that. That would be a great story for him to tell.
No, that's better than Jock. I'll give you that.
His difficulties going through the minors, and how he dealt with that.
Okay, I could go with that.
Not to mention his
I could
last
go with
name in the history.
Exactly, and his
Relationship
he
with his
grew up
grandpa.
with his grandfather, right? His dad died.
Right.
That's right.
So I think his grandfather taught him
That's
how to
pretty
play
good.
baseball and everything. So I think that would be a pretty interesting conversation.
Yaz is actually a really great guy.
Yeah.
Really great guy.
Who's your second guy?
It between Barry Zito and Sergio Romo.
Barry Zito from a musical point of view, because he's kind of a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's huge into that. Yeah.
Yeah. And who was the other one?
Romo.
Oh, Sergio.
That's
Sergio Romo.
You know, honorable mentions for me would be Marichal and Cepeda, because while everybody talks about the segregation of the black players coming into baseball, don't forget, like, the Latino players weren't exactly treated that great either. There's a great documentary. I think Time Life did it.
I tell you what, Los.
And they do it by the decades. Baseball in the 50s, baseball in the 60s. If you ever get a chance to see that, watch it. It is some really, really good stuff.
I don't know if this is for fact, Los, but I'm thinking I might be onto something here. But I think the San Francisco Giants kind of led the way with the Latino players.
They did at one time. Dan will tell you that. At one time, they had scouts all over Cuba, Dominican, everywhere.
That's one of the subjects that I really, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, that's something that I really want to.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's going to be a story that I really want to highlight.
Well,
hey, this is Sergio Romo. Listen in on Dan on the NorCal Sports Network. Hey, this is Sergio Romo. Listen in on Dan on the NorCal.
So
we got Sergio.
I can tell you a very quick story that Cepeda gave in that documentary. Felipe Alou, I believe, or Jesus Alou, one of the Alou brothers, was at first base. Cepeda hits a double, gets to second base, second and third. Him and Alou are talking in Spanish to each other between second and third. I forget who the pitcher was, but he was English-speaking pitcher. Turned around to Cepeda and said, "Why don't you frickin' talk English?" Cepeda looked at him and said, "Fuck you, asshole." How's that? That's what you get in that documentary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there was some stuff went on in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, 50s and 60s, brutal. People were so racist when it came to some of those things, man.
Not just that, but when you hit a home run, you didn't even have to show up the pitcher. That pitcher would get so pissed that especially Bob Gibson, fastball was coming at your head.
Yeah, and they didn't wear helmets, a lot of those guys. Willie didn't wear a helmet for many years.
Oh, that's crazy.
Can you believe that? He just went up there with a ball cap.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, Bob Gibson is such a hard ass that, true story, he gave up his last game. He gave a home run. He gave up a home run to a guy.
Oh, I remember this story.
20 years later, he faced him in an old timers game and he beamed him. That is old school, man. You gotta love it. And that's why I love baseball so much. Just the stories are,
yeah. Man, do they have a long? It's been 10 minutes of fireworks. I think
Come on, it's Disneyland. That stuff goes on for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, ridiculous. No kids need. I'm doing a show right now. Come on, forget the little kids. No, I'm kidding. Love the little kids. My 4-year-old grandson is coming up to.
He's perfect age for Disneyland.
Yeah, he's coming up this way tomorrow. So
I've never been to Disneyland.
Really? You're 10 minutes away right now.
Yeah,
let's go tomorrow.
Go do it, man. It's fun.
Did Bora
especially at this time of year?
Did Bora reach out to you?
Right there. Oh, you mean like off the air?
In Southern California.
I'm pretty. I have a lot of school right now.
Yeah, and I've been busy like I'm in classes
Make
all
the effort.
day, and then I got
Make the effort for it.
dinner.
Get hitchhike, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, MF, you ever get those candy canes they make during Christmas time? I know those things are massive. Pretty good, too. Good old Disneyland talk.
Val Ramos, come on, Dan, it's Disneyland. Yeah, I know. I'm just massive.
Eric, who are yours?
I picked John McGraw.
Okay.
I like John McGraw. That would be awesome. Could you imagine? I mean, the guy managed the Giants for like 30 years. Before that, he played in some of the most incredible times in baseball.
Wasn't he kind of an angry guy?
I think when he was a manager, not so much, but when he was a baseball player for the what the hell were they called? It was in Baltimore. What the hell were their names though? I can't remember. But they were freak. They played some dirty ball, man. But they were good. They were good. Gosh, I can't remember what the hell the damn name of the team was.
Ooh, here's the grand finale.
Hey, he's not a giant.
Uh-oh.
Los froze.
Los is froze.
Froze.
Frozen Los.
This isn't the dentist.
Here, I'll remove him, and if he comes back, I'll bring him back in.
Yeah, he froze. He's down
He
there.
might have lost
frozen.
power. He might have lost power.
He froze right in the mid sentence, and it's like hook 'em horns, man. He got hooked. Oh.
Yes, love Disneyland fireworks.
Here, let me see if I can
Those are the best.
reenact Los right real quick for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You want to bring him back?
Official business. That was a funny freeze
Okay, bring him
face.
back.
We can bring him back.
I tried to bring him back, but it's black screen. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
He's gone. Oh, hopefully he can come back.
He might have lost power.
Dan, are you a professor like Ned? No, I'm not a professor.
He's a professor of helping you guys secure money.
That's right. Secure
Whoa!
money. Yeah, get your money. You want your money secure? You want your money to lose money? You don't want to lose money in the markets, right? Yeah. Get some of that, your money's protected, because we're going to have a downturn of downturns at some point. And you want your money secure. And give me a call. 62 that's the office number. 623-825-3900. 623-825-3900. That's the office number, but you can call me directly. 925-628-9966. And if you need a mortgage, refi, or somebody who's 62 that wants to get a loan, 62 or above, and not have to pay anything back and get money out, call Los. What's Los?
Hey, will be, man. I'm telling you, Jungle Cruise, the best time to ride that is at night. That is
What's Los's number?
I can't remember.
It's on the ticker.
I got rid of it. Remember, I put Frank Red stuff on there. So
you got rid of the ticker?
No, I adjusted it for Frank Red.
Internet just went down, Los said. Bummer.
There you go. That sucks.
How about Casey Schmidt today, huh?
Yeah, big 2 hits,
Yeah.
2 doubles.
My guy.
Yeah, Casey's starting to come around.
He is.
And you know what Kapler does in the 9th inning? He pinch hits for him.
Of course he does.
He didn't today, did he? I didn't see the 9th.
No, Sable was in the on-deck circle.
Oh, that's right. He was going to go for the 3-run home when the guy's hot.
Yep.
He's hitting him off righties too. He hit him off Hunter Green, who throws smoke.
Yes.
But Kapler doesn't understand what the hot hand is.
That's what I'm saying. It's so crazy. The last 2 games, he's doing okay, and then all of a sudden,
he doesn't understand the hot hand. He just doesn't get it. I mean, when a guy's got it, he's feeling it, just let him go with it. I don't know.
In Sable's last 15 games, he's batting 184. So it's
a lot of strikeouts too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to catch lightning in a bottle there and get a home run.
15 strikeouts and 38 at-bats.
Yeah. Let's see. Brian Iglesias says, I hope you took the Reds run line and under today. 4 Dang hits. What a joke of an offense. Yeah. I wish I would have bet that. I didn't have time. I did, but I just got busy and I didn't get it done. But man, I'm telling you, this thing is going down to a 3-team race. Guess who the Reds go play next?
Who? Arizona?
Yep.
No, they just got done playing them, I thought.
No, not Arizona. I mean,
Chicago.
the Cubs. The Cubs.
Ooh.
Yeah. They got the Cubs. I knew it was a team. So
That's going to be tough.
they're only like, since he's like, what, 3-4 games maybe at the most behind the Cubs. And
this is what it comes down to. I like what Eric says.
are 2 games. Is it 2 or 3? Let me pull up the standings here. I'll just pull them up here.
But yeah, Eric, I agree. Kapler has no managerial field. That's kind of what we've been saying all for a while.
Yep.
That's what it is. He has no managerial field.
Top of
Where's
the ninth.
Robert Rothberg? He's only here when they win.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's called Fairweather. Fairweather.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Maybe. Yeah.
Ooh, Arizona's playing the Orioles at home. Oh, that's rough.
All right. So we got the wild card here. The Giants are. Shoot. I hate that when it hits. Go back here. Okay. 2. Is that sharing? Yeah.
Yep, you're good. Just
Okay.
maybe zoom in a little bit. There you go.
So Giants are 2 behind the Cubbies. They got them next week for 3. We got the Padres, who are reeling right now.
Yep.
They've lost 7 out of 10. They're done. They're 7.5. But they're going to be going. They want to beat the Giants. The games, all 4 of them are sold out. This isn't going to be easy for the Giants. And if I was the Giants, though, Harrison's scheduled to probably pitch Sunday. No, Cobb would be Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Cobb would be Sunday, Harrison Saturday. I don't think the Giants are smart enough to do it, but I would push those guys back. This is late, and I know each game matters, but for the long haul, I would push these guys back one day. Harrison threw the most pitches he's thrown all year, 91. Give him that 5th day. Let him pitch on Sunday. Cobb threw 135 pitches.
Something
Give
like
him
that.
a 5th day to rest and start your series in Chicago with Cobb and then Webb and then who's ever going after that. But you want to beat the Cubs. I just think a 5th day at this stage of the season, give that extra day to – and Los is back.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
So that's what I would do. I don't know if the Giants have even discussed it or will do it, but I just think it becomes a point where you don't want to put Cobb out there and just get him a tired arm. Even though now if this was May, I'd be like, okay, he's still got still time. But you're going into September. I don't think one day throws it off that much.
And that's why I brought up that question yesterday with him.
Well, I don't think he's on.
35
I think he's fine to go on a 4th day. I just think I would just.
It's best
give
just
him-
to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, and Harrison can use the extra day, and Webb's pitched like the most innings in the league. Just set him back one day, and this is why you need other starters, whether that becomes Beck as your 4th guy and Junis and Manaea. I'm going to be – hey, there's Robert Rothberg.
Hey, Dan, just out of curiosity, what do you think pitchers did back in the day to allow them to pitch every 4 days and pitch 250 innings as opposed to today they need 4 days rest and pitch every 5 days?
But do they need that right now, or is that just –
I'm just kind of curious as to, is it an icing thing? Is it a throwing in between starts thing? Like, what do you think that is? Like 4 days?
I think it had to do with a lot of guys had regular jobs in the off season. They didn't pitch all year. They took time off. They did labor. They, like Mad Bum, he goes out and does logs and heavy stuff, and
He
guys
farms.
did
Yeah.
guys did other things with their bodies. Their muscles were all
Coke.
limber. And I don't think they were doing, weights. I think weights have weight training has definitely made athletes more what's the
Injury
word?
prone.
Well, that
Well,
too.
they're stronger, but
Susceptible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
made them stronger. It's made them reach new heights physically, but I think the tendons are so tight that I think that guys are just popping out of, the muscles and tendons are just snapping, and they're just I really think the weights have had a negative effect in many ways when it comes to injury.
I think
Could
there's
be.
something to that.
Could
More
be.
muscles you have, more chances you're going to pull one.
I think
I mean-
also these guys. I mean, those guys weren't throwing 100 miles an hour back in the day, and
Some
they,
of them were.
some of
They
them,
just-
but
They
they
didn't have a radar gun back then, but
a lot of them hadn't pitched since middle school. They weren't on like these throwing routines consistently throughout high school, college, and the minor leagues, where they would throw every day and do all these like arm care things which in theory is like good for the arm, but it also, with more repetition comes more wear and tear on the UCL.
Oh yeah, especially when you're throwing those off-speed pitches and everything. Like I had a little league coach that was great, but he didn't want to overthrow you because too much strain, really affects. I remember having tennis elbow all the time in baseball. Called it tennis elbow back then. It was just a pain in your elbow. It was so sore. I can remember throwing and then just being like, man, I could barely, my arm was so sore. But I didn't know, they didn't know anything about it back then. I don't think I ever did anything. It just got sore, and then especially not just the elbow, but right in here, I would be really, really sore.
and the fastball is the pitch that has the least amount
right.
of
I think
strain
isn't
on
it the
arm.
slider is what blows up an elbow, right?
Well, remember when I asked Ned Coletti why nobody throws like school balls anymore? I think pitches like that were tough on
Hey,
your
one
arm.
of the-
Although Fernando threw a lot of years.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah.
The best ball to throw, and nobody throws it. And you brought it up before, Lois, is the knuckleball.
Yeah.
You got guys that are 50 years old playing. Hoyt Wilhelm played forever. Candiotti, Wilbur Wood. I mean, check a catcher's glove out that a catcher used for a knuckleball.
Huge.
It's like twice the size
Yeah.
of the current gloves.
It's hard to catch. Did you ever face a knuckleballer playing?
No,
I did, and that was like the craziest thing I've seen.
I did
Like,
in wiffle ball.
It just it had no consistency to it. It was all over the place.
I know
None
it's
of us
one
could hit them.
in
like
wiffle
one hit us.
ball. I threw a mean one in wiffle ball, and it is a very tough pitch to hit because it's crazy. It's just moving.
Do you have to have long fingers to throw a knuckleball? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think you just grip it, and you just grip it like that on the seams. And
I would
If you
love to
guys
see that.
go check out the MLB channel on YouTube. They had a short yesterday, and they had a slow motion of someone throwing a knuckleball, and it's just levitating.
Nice.
The ball isn't even rotating; it's just levitating. It's pretty good. It's a short.
I'll tell you what I have had come at me is knuckleballs in the outfield.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
hit.
freaky.
yeah, that is.
Jeez. It's like, what the heck? I don't know which way this thing's going, but I'm going to guess right here, man.
Real quick, what do you guys think the Giants do in San Diego? You think they split? You think they take the series?
They lose 3 out of 4.
You think
I
they
think
what?
Go
They're
ahead.
gonna lose they're gonna lose 3 out of 4.
Wow.
Because the thing is, the Padres have hitting. They don't have much pitching. But I mean, the Giants can't hit anyway. So they might score 2, 3, 4 runs a game. The Padres are going to be scoring 6, 7, 8 runs a game because they still have hitting,
and they want to beat the Giants.
And who are we facing? I know you Darvish is out, but who? I
don't think you're playing, Eric.
No, I'm not.
You said we.
Who are the Giants playing?
All right, there
Tomorrow
we go.
they're facing Avila.
Who the hell's that?
I don't know. And then Friday, Waka.
Oh, Walker's been good.
Isn't Darvish hurt?
Yeah, he's on the shelf.
Saturday it's Snell.
It's Snell. Okay.
And then
It's
Sunday
the
it's
unknowns that
Lugo.
beat the Giants.
Lugo, Seth Lugo.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Lugo.
They might split.
I think they.
Yeah, I think
the best they do
there's
is
a good chance they take 3 out of 4.
I think the best they do is take 2.
I think the Padres have checked out.
Possibly, but if the Padres somehow sweep the Giants, they're 3.5. They're 3.5 back of the Giants.
But Bora
or 4.
does speak to
It's
their
4.
state. The Padres are still scoring runs. If you look at the scores, I mean they're putting up some runs, so it's going to be interesting to see how that.
You might have a very good point there, Bora, because Giants do not hit enough. I mean, look what they did in the series against the Reds. They won 6-1 yesterday. They basically should have been shut out today. What did they win on Monday night? What was the score?
4-1, was it? 4-0?
Harrison, 4. Didn't they give up a run in the 9th or 8th or 9th, I think? Pretty sure it was 4-1. Or no, they did.
The thing about the Padres is their bullpen stinks, man.
4-1.
The Giants might be able to hit between innings 6 and 8.
Yeah, we'll see where they are by that time. We'll see how much in the depth.
And the Giants are not throwing any of their top 3 pitchers until Sunday if Harrison goes. No, I guess Harrison Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Sunday or
Who's going
Saturday.
to go tomorrow?
I was just going to say, can I guess who's going to go tomorrow?
No, Harrison could go Saturday. I'm sorry. Harrison could go Saturday and Cobb Sunday if they keep him on 4 days rest.
Let me guess. TPD
if you're
tomorrow,
going to the game, if you were going to the game tomorrow, Dan, and you had it on video, Flores would hit another homer for you, right?
Yeah,
that's way back.
Right.
That's way back.
Hey, the Padres, Haruku makes a good point. They could pick up a couple of pitchers if they want.
That's what I said yesterday. Yep.
Bora did say that yesterday.
Yeah, you did. They could pick up Giolito and they could pick up Moore and they could pick up Lopez. But then who do they have that they would want to part ways with? That's interesting because AJ Preller's the type of guy I could see going and getting Giolito and then negotiating with him in the month of September and signing him to an extension. And saying, forget free agency, man. Look at this team's stacked, ready to go. You're in San Diego. You don't want to be in LA. You don't want to be back near where all your personal problems are. Come
next
south.
year is Soto's last year, right, on his contract?
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
Let's see if he gets dealt in the offseason.
They'd be wise to.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was going to say, assuming
they're pretty much done. They're pretty much done. They're 7.5
Do you
out.
think Melvin gets fired?
Would be nice if they fired him in the Giants' repeated history and picked up the San Diego manager.
Yeah, they ain't going to do that. They're beholden to Kapler. That's the problem.
They are. Unfortunately, they're beholden to both Farhan and, but I don't know. So,
just thinking about that, just so frustrating, man.
I want it. That's what I mean. That's why I've been saying what I've been saying for months. Like I want to go into spring training.
win
Next
3
year
or
with some
4.
enthusiasm about the team.
It just doesn't. But that's a problem. Is Farhan just doesn't spark that enthusiasm because of the way he works.
I still think the Padres are, even though they look like they're, ready to go to Cancun in many ways, I still think those veterans believe that they're better than the teams that are ahead of them. And if somehow they can get a life, what the Padres need to do, I don't see it happening just because they've struggled all year and something's not right in Denmark. But the Padres, if they got their act together and actually went on a 7-game winning streak, they could get right back into it, because the 7 games, their next 7 are 4 against the Giants and 3 at home against the Phillies. And they'd like to beat the Phillies because the Phillies knocked them off last year in the NLCS. So if they did that, and then all of a sudden there's like 24 games left and they're within striking distance of 3 games.
Don't the Giants play the Dodgers at the end of the season?
The Giants and Dodgers, yeah.
Or no, Giants and Padres.
Yeah,
So they got a series
week.
now, and then they get, they can.
So
I'm
just saying, I don't think a team, when it's still 30 games to go and there's possibility, I've seen teams just weird things happen. What did the Cardinals do last year? Check the Cardinals out in I'm going to pull it up here. You guys go ahead.
You pull it up. You know who's kind of scary right now though is the damn Philadelphia Phillies. Holy crap! Just
their offense.
You can get good odds on them for the series.
Oh my God! I mean, they lost today, but they're just crushing the ball all over the place. And what is it? Harper hit his 10th home run of the month. I mean,
yeah,
they're hitting at the right time.
Trey Turner's back.
Yep, Trey Turner's back.
Yep.
Man,
that lineup is pretty good.
That's the thing. They have proven talent in that lineup, and so do the Padres.
Exactly.
If the Padres ever wake up, like they could put a 6, 7, 8 game winning streak. They're capable.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to show you if I can find it here. I'm going to show you what the Cardinals did last year. They went on something like a 16, 17 game winning streak to make the playoffs.
Robert, but you need to know who your competition is. If you're a fan, you got to be a fan of baseball. Come on, Robert.
Yeah.
Be a fan of baseball.
It's great to be a Giants fan, but
yes, great to be a Giants fan. But you need to know your competition. You have to. And if you don't recognize that, it's gonna be tough.
Well, tomorrow is the last day of August, and we said that the Giants' bad stretch was August 10th to about
this time,
31st, September 1st. So the worst part is over. If the Giants want to make the playoffs, here you go. Schedule's a little bit lighter. And you know what? When they play the Dodgers towards the end of the year, the Dodgers may not have nothing to play for. I know it's a rivalry, but they might be sitting people. So,
but you know what? They might not. If they're Dan brought up a point. If they're competing against Atlanta for home field, they're going to want to go out there. And here's another thing. I brought this up too. Baseball's a little bit different because when you kind of lay off a little bit in a season, it screws up your rhythm, your timing. You got to constantly play it. If you notice, when teams have a bigger break and they get into the playoffs, sometimes they don't come out playing as good as they did before the playoffs started.
All right, here we go. Sure. Here we go. I'm sorry, it was not last year. It was 21. Look at this, though. See, let me pull up one thing here. Settings. Oops, wrong one. Okay, share screen. All right, here we go. Let me show you this first. Let's just take a look at the Padres.
Ted.
Let's take a look at the regular standings. Find out it's August 31st tomorrow. Padres have a 1.1% chance of making the playoffs.
1%. Whew.
All right, now take a look at this on 2021. The St. Louis Cardinals on September 7th, even a week past now, according to Fangraphs, had a 2.8% chance to make the playoffs. 2.8.
That's fork territory.
Yeah.
I don't put any stock into those percentages.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's so it's anything can happen.
Right.
It's not.
So what happened is the Cardinals went on a 16-game winning streak, and they ended up getting into the playoffs. They didn't go far, but how difficult has it been for the Cardinals to win 16 games earlier this year? At one point this season, from May 30th to July 18th, it took St. Louis 40 games to win 16.
Jeez.
Now they've taken 16 games to win 16. Wild, thanks to MLB. Yeah. So the Padres have the horses
Nice.
to do that. And if the Padres just won like 10 in a row, they could be within a game or two. So
the Padres are a team that can do that. They have their offense can carry them. And they have the players, they have the talent to do that.
Which kind of gives me a weird feeling because the Giants have kind of done this. They got the Mets going a little bit earlier in the year, and then obviously the Mets faded, but the Giants have not played well on the road the last 14, 15 games or whatever.
It's been pretty bad. Hey, while you're looking, Cliff Martinez donated $10. Appreciate that, Cliff. Awesome. Happy birthday, Los.
Make sure I get that, Dan. Make sure I get that.
Yeah.
That's happy birthday. Hey, we have another lady to keep Lydia company, Reina Camisota.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Reina.
Hey, Los, you like Modelo's?
I do.
Good. Yeah. Right now, I got some Polliner in the fridge. The Oktoberfest beer.
I'd like to have a drink with Bora, but he's not legal.
No, can't. Not quite yet.
Oh, we
won't be contributing to the delinquency.
Hey, we can have it at the house, man. Nobody's going to ID you. I had my first beer at like 12. Eric, you had your first beer around 9.
Yeah, I think Eric was drinking in his mother's womb, and Eric had a full beard when he came out.
That's why the hair grows so well.
Exactly.
There you go, Wilby. Yeah, Polliner's pretty good. I love the Oktoberfest beer is really good stuff. The Hofbrau is pretty good too. Not so bad.
Eric.
I like the German. When I was stationed in Germany, oh my goodness, that was some good stuff. I still trying to find an Erdinger. You can find Erdinger like some of these Total Wine and Beer or something like that, but you can't find it at your normal grocery store.
That's great.
What? Roku. Eric was buying booze as a Vietnam vet in junior high. Oh man, that's pretty good.
Man.
That's pretty good. Oh man,
that's great.
Modelos, that's a good one.
Model Especial. Yeah, that stuff's good.
Modelos.
Hey, could we get that?
Leffe is really good too.
What's your favorite beer, Eric?
I like the Erdinger when I was in Germany, but Leffe, Leffe. Ooh, that's a really good too. They got the Dunkel where it's like a dark beer. It's really nice.
Will Bora be a beer guy, a hard liquor guy, mixed drink guy, or a wine guy once he's 21? What do you think?
I will say wine. He looks like a wine guy.
I say he's a mixed drink guy.
Mixed drink?
Hey, Eric, do you have your phone nearby? Or
no, I don't. You need it? Or do I need to get it?
Yeah, just sent you something. I need you to pull something up there.
All right, fair enough. Hold on one sec.
All right. So, Eric, do you like 805? Okay, Fly Doll. Oh, I'm back.
Silence. Wow.
Silence is golden. And the sounds.
The show
of
just
silence.
stops. The show just stops.
Do,
when
do,
Eric's
do,
not
do,
on.
do. Do, 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 do.
You know the D-backs are 7-31 in their last 38 games at Dodger
That's
Stadium.
Brutal.
Wow,
Oh,
that
Dodger
is
Stadium.
brutal. They just, yeah.
Yeah, they freeze up. They cannot touch the Dodgers. They don't beat them here in Arizona.
What happened to your phone, Eric? I thought you used to always have it by you where it would ding.
Yeah, I know, right?
What happened? No dinging tonight?
No, it was in the front room. My wife was talking to the daughter.
Oh. So one phone? Is she getting all my texts?
Yeah,
that I
we
send
just
you?
we share it.
Okay.
A hard kombucha guy. YouTube. Great handle. Great handle. YouTube. TOOB. I love it.
All right.
You got some newbies in the show.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome. Welcome to the show, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Raina liked and subscribed already.
All right, then.
But
There we go.
Raina. Yeah, we love the ladies coming on the show.
What do we got here?
Chardol, I'm not going to answer that.
There's the ding. Oh, back. Send the phone back to mama.
Hold on, I'm fixing this up. Got to fix this up.
Oh, I thought this was all pulled up in the. It's not in the chat there.
There we go. Let me
Wait,
see.
what did I say? I said Los was a slow-footed left-handed hitter, and he said no. I was a right-hander and had speed. And I said, "What did I say about your hands?"
Something like that. Is that what it was?
Hands of brick. Yeah.
The great outfielder.
Hands of brick, and we've got Los out of the stadium earlier, trying to catch his first foul ball.
I'll never hear the end of that one.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right, we go to the
bottom
of the fourth inning. It's been a rough day for this young fan. So he had this foul ball that he couldn't make the play on. And this ground ball he couldn't make the play on. And then the ball boy said, well, let me
But he got the ball.
But he got the ball, and he's a good sport about it.
Oh, my God.
Los, what's going on?
What's
Third
going
time's the
on?
charm, man.
That is brutal.
3 of them.
Can we
All right,
watch?
we go to the
Can we watch that again?
bottom of the fourth inning. It's been a
Kind
rough
of looks like Dave
day for
Fleming.
this young fan. So he had this foul ball that he could not make the play on. And this ground ball he couldn't make the play on. As Ackley swings and misses.
Oh, Los.
This one he gets in the kisser.
But he got the ball.
Look at this girl. This girl.
Oh,
I want to know. I
my
want to know how
God.
he pulled. I want to know how he pulled such a beautiful gal.
oh my God.
Yeah, with hands like that.
Woo!
Hey man, you don't see me wearing glasses. I'm catching those every time.
I gotta watch this again. Let me see if I can put this into from Twitter. Here it is. We're gonna pull this thing up one more time.
Oh my gosh.
Los out at the ballpark.
Come on, Robert. Stop with Conforto in the lineup. Come on.
Conforto's probably done for the year. I'll tell you that right now.
Stop
He
with
has like a
Conforto in the
grade
lineup.
2 hamstring at 30
They
years
said
old.
it's coming back sooner.
And then
He's
the
already
ball boy
starting
said,
to work
well, let
out.
me get- and they couldn't- I mean,
But he got the ball,
but he
Michael.
got the
I think
ball, and he's a
I
good
think it's because
sport.
he wore the darn dress shirt to the ball game.
Yeah, that doesn't
Third
make
time's
sense.
the charm, man.
It constricted his muscle movement, right?
All right, we
Hey,
go to
Ted
the
Mosby, right?
bottom of the fourth inning. It's been a rough day
He's got-
for this
I got
young
it, I got
fan.
it, I
So
got
he
it,
had
I
this
got
foul
it.
ball that he could not make the play on.
Bam!
And this ground ball he couldn't make the play
This
on.
girl.
As Ackley swings and misses.
How does that
And
happen
then the ball
too?
boy said, well, let me get, and they could,
That was from the ball
But
boy.
he got the
and he
ball,
couldn't
Michael.
even catch it.
Look at the guy
He's a
behind
good
him.
sport
Look at the
about it.
people behind him laughing. The girl. Check
The
this out.
ball boy
Third
gave
time's
him the
charming.
ball, and he takes it in to kiss her.
Okay.
That's
All right, we
pathetic.
go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's been a rough day for this young fan. So he had this foul ball that he could not make the play on. Then this ground ball. He
Look at the
couldn't make
people
play
behind him
on.
laughing after he
That's
watch.
actually swings and misses.
Watch behind
And
as
then
he
the ball
drops the
boy
ball.
said, "Well, let me get." And they could. I mean,
But he got the ball,
but he
Michael.
got the ball, and he's a good sport about it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Never forget the legendary Steve Bartman
Oh,
in one of the most infamous plays in the stands in baseball.
That was one of Jane Dan's what ifs from
They had
yesterday.
a documentary on that poor guy. Had to leave
yeah.
the city.
Oh, yeah. He had to leave the city for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He left
He-
the state. They
He
were
said
coming
he hadn't
after
gone
him.
back to a game in 10 years or something like that.
But after they won the World Series, they brought him back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the Red Sox made peace
Bill
with
Buckner.
Bill Buckner. So once the Cubs won, they should have brought back Bartman, let him come on the field, throw out the first pitch, get a standing ovation, whatever. Like that poor guy was so crucified.
Stunk. I gave I gave Yaz. I put the over under at 12 games before that hammy goes, and I took the under. Somebody on Twitter says you're generous. Should have given him 6. I really do think that if he's put in a situation where he has to really hustle,
He's going to blow it out.
I don't know why you want Yaz out there at 70% and you send
I agree.
Matos down.
It makes no sense.
I mean, why not? The other thing, let me tell you something else I learned today, guys. I made a mistake. I said that Matos would be back Friday because of the rosters. He's got to spend 10 days down in the minors, him and Ramos.
Oh,
So the
that's
Giants
Good
could have
job,
Giants could have just waited till Friday
right.
to bring up Yaz and Haniger. Haniger didn't even play today. So they basically brought Yaz up today and tomorrow. Now they're going to lose 8 more days of Matos because you can't bring him up for 10
that's
days.
crap. That's crap.
That's just dumb thinking.
Stupid. Yes. Where's the president of baseball operations who's supposed to know this kind of stuff? That doesn't make sense.
Why would you get rid of? I mean, I can understand it. Like if you're bringing up, Bonds, it's like, who cares 8 days? We need Barry back. You're bringing up Yaz.
And Haniger.
I mean, you can't tell me that a couple more days wouldn't have hurt. Now you're stuck. The only guys that they can bring up now are Bart, Luciano, VR, or Wisely that are position players.
Well, I say other than Luciano, but he's hurt. He ain't coming back probably.
I mean, so that's the 4 guys that are on their 40-man roster, or Pollock. So the question is, you're going to bring up, if you want to have an extra bodies, hitters, position players, they may bring up 1 pitcher. They may bring up 2 pitchers. I don't know.
you
but-
know what? One of Pollock's coming back soon.
What's sad is Yaz and Slater are going to be on spring training fields.
Oh, and
working out.
Ramos hit a home run tonight. And Bart hit a grand slam tonight.
It doesn't matter. Not to the Giants. Doesn't
So
matter.
why would you send down? So VR, he's not going to come up and do anything.
Nope.
Luciano's hurt. Wisely's not going to come up and do anything. But you watch. They're going to bring up Wisely Friday because
They probably will.
They're going to say we need an extra left-handed
Yep.
bat, and they could bring up Bart. I say it's Wisely or Bart. I don't see it being VR. If it's VR, I'm going to just go ballistic.
Way to go, official business.
I don't
guy.
think they're going to bring up any, or I think it's going to be Matos and
they can't. Oh, you stepped away. They can't bring up Matos or Ramos for 10 days.
because they got when they auction them down, you have to stay down there for.
They have to
10
stay
Wow.
10 days. I was reading the MLB rules today because on Twitter, Mark DeLucci said, I said he'll be back Friday. He says, no, he's got to spend 10 days. So I researched it, and it's 10 days. And I'm like, why would you just not keep Yaz and Henniger down for 2 more games?
There you
You're
go,
asking
Dan.
2 games.
Robert Rothberg has the answer.
Will Yaz supply more power than Matos?
Yes, can.
He can. I'd like to see him prove it. I don't think Yaz gets his stroke for 4, 5, 6 games. Why not send Yaz down for minor league rehab? He just faced Brebbia in a simulated game. That's it. He hasn't seen any live pitching except Brebbia. Why not put him in a real game, bat him first or second, get his 4 at bats, get him. He could have been playing in a game yesterday, today, and then they're going to give him a rest in between games because they don't want that hammy to go. It's nuts.
This is why
chicken.
This is why I was so livid and so anal about trading some of these veterans or just flat out releasing them. Not only because I wanted them off the team, because as long as they're on the team, it doesn't matter what the young guys are doing. If they had to choose between the veteran and the young guy, it's always going to be the young guy goes down. That's why I wanted to get rid of them.
Yep.
If Yaz is not here and Slater's not here, then Matos is up and Ramos are up.
Yep.
Period. That's why I wanted them gone. But as long as they stick around, this organization will always lean toward them because of what they've done in the past. That's what pisses me off about them.
Yep, you're right. Right on.
Yeah, and they basically kept Meckler up over Matos because they got a right-handed pitcher today and tomorrow.
Yep.
And so that's how they make their decisions.
It's not even, it's based on just what side of the plate you bat from.
It is.
It's stupid.
Nuts.
It's stupid.
Yeah, tonight.
Just like when Luciano went down, they kept up freaking Isan Diaz. Only because he could bat from the left-handed.
Imagine if they just left Luciano alone.
Exactly.
Jimmy, you make a fantastic point. That is something I was thinking about recently. Like between the Warriors, the Giants, and the 49ers, they absolutely just adore veterans over young talent. Like for the most part, not completely, but if they have to choose, they are all in on veterans. That is a great point right there.
Interesting, Logan. Interesting.
Ramos was 1 for 3 tonight with a home run, 2 base on balls, and 2 Ks. I knew he was getting sent down when he didn't look good Monday night with the Ks.
Hey, Michael, do you really think Ramos is a lost cause, or do you think
with the Giants he's a lost cause? With another team,
yes.
No.
The problem is the constant shuffling of him, and he just can't get his legs underneath him and get that run that other players get. And it's just that's what how about you give him a good 2-3 months just to see what he could do, rather than just
in Sacramento's 955.
Yeah, it's up there.
Bart was 2 for 4 tonight, 4 RBIs with the grand slam. Also 2 strikeouts, but I just got a feeling that Bart is going to be brought up. I think Bart comes up Friday and he starts catching, giving Bailey a rest. And I think they're going to use Sable as a backup catcher, and they'll use him as a pinch hitter. And he might get a start here and there if they decide to rest Flores and put Jock as a DH against a righty and let Sable play left field. I just think they're for some reason they're not, and I don't think Sable's done anything to warrant. He hasn't done anything glaringly weak behind the plate lately. He's done a lot better, but I would just venture to guess that it becomes Bart on Friday. It just kind of sense. I mean, who would you rather see them bring up, Bart or Wisely?
I'd rather see Bart.
Yeah.
Cliff brings up a point here. We've talked about this.
Oh yeah, it's the politics. It's a
politics.
We have
absolutely nothing to substantiate this. We have no evidence. but we could see what's going on, and we have some kind of ideas of what may be happening. But that could be it. They were the Ramos and Bart was drafted by the old regime. So was Luciano. So was Matos. And you don't see him long term with Farhan and crap.
I can't
like that
stand.
crap.
I can't stand that philosophy.
I don't
there's
think
nothing to prove
I
it,
don't think
but-
there's anything to that.
It's a little bit weird though.
I don't know.
Walkers from the old regime.
Yeah.
Isn't Schmidt from the old regime?
No.
No. Okay.
But if a guy's producing, I mean, they re-signed Crawford to 2 years. I don't see them doing that kind of stuff. I don't want to get a reputation for thinking like that. Yeah. No.
It's interesting though.
It
I said,
is,
you got
but
nothing to prove it, but it's odd.
Any GM or coach or whatever would be a complete imbecile moron to play. Well, I'm not playing them,
Right.
even though they're doing great because
I
they're
agree.
from a previous regime. Nobody thinks that way. It kind of looks like it, maybe,
Right.
because it's like, why are these guys going down? But
It
I
just makes
just
you
don't-
wonder sometimes.
I
though.
just don't think they're
Some of the
high on.
moves are just
I don't
odd.
think they're that high on Ramos. I don't think they're that high on Bart. I don't think there is something to this in the sense that not quite their style of type of player,
Mhm.
maybe. But Luciano is,
I mean,
their
when
guy.
that really set me off when you're sending Luciano and you're keeping Isan Diaz, and to hear the excuse, "Oh, we want to send him down there to get reps at second base," bullshit. That was just an excuse, I think.
Maybe they don't hold a grudge against players drafted by the prior regime, but I think that once they make their mind up on a guy, like it doesn't matter what improvements. Like baseball has
I see what you're
always been a game of adjustments. You change your mechanics pitching, you change your batting stance, whatever the case may be. It's always about adapting year to year. What I think this regime is guilty of is once they have their mind made up on a player, that's it, done, finished. They think Bart's a bust no matter what he does. They think Ramos is a bust no matter what he does. And that's it. They'll never have a chance. I mean, the proof is in their actions. They never let them have any consistent run. So that's what I think they're guilty of. They think a player cannot adapt, which is crap because people and players have been adapting in the game of baseball for over a century.
Yeah, Robert, you make a good point. This is true. This part of the bar. If a player gets hurt, they can bring back Ramos.
They shouldn't
Right.
have to get
In
hurt to
about
call them
2
up.
nights.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to
mean,
get hurt to call them up.
And what do you think about this? This is a fairly legitimate question. Will Martinez says, "Do you really trust this regime to develop position players when they won't get to play every day unless they are switch hitters?" I get what you're saying. How can they succeed not playing every day?
Spot on.
Platoon?
Spot on.
I mean,
You know who is playing every day now, though?
Casey
And if
Schmidt.
you notice, Casey
Casey
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
JD Davis is splitting
Yep.
time at first base with Lamont Wade.
Yeah,
I think
Schmidt's-
Casey Schmidt's going to be the everyday third baseman from here on out.
I do too. And I like it. And I think they've figured things out.
But
with
that's
Casey.
what that's the point is that's what we want to see instead of this platoon shit. That's what we want to see. But let's see how long it lasts. That's enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them. It's tough because the thing about Ramos is his game. He hasn't got a fair, complete run, and unfortunately, it's kind of like the situation with Trey Lance.
Yep.
They can't afford to play these guys and let them see because they're trying to win now.
But
And
No, here's the difference, though. The
Yeah.
49ers have the
Yeah,
roster to win.
they got
now.
the roster.
The
to
Giants
compete.
don't have the roster.
but the Giants
whatsoever.
believe they have
Yeah.
the roster.
Yeah, that's in there.
That's the problem.
That's
That's
the
the
problem.
problem.
Problem is see, I think I would not be surprised if ownership has put a a quiet. What's the word I want to use? Well, I can't think of the exact phrase, but in other words, the easiest phrase, just to put it bluntly, is you better make the playoffs this year. We'll discuss things later if not. I wonder if there's a pressure that if they don't make the playoffs, that they may be out because they're trying everything to make the playoffs, but they don't. And I also do believe that Farhan genuinely believes that this is a World Series contending team if healthy. He believes it. Now, does it appear that way? No. But if Haniger got hot and Conforto was hot and all of a sudden Yaz is playing center field and he gets going and Peterson gets going from the DH and Flores can play some first base along with Wade, the problem is these guys have not proven themselves over the course of a full season. And they haven't done it lately. So can this team for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, be the best team in baseball? They could if everything was clicking.
There it is.
This is what I'm sick and tired of.
If everything is clicking, then
but that's what Farhan believes.
This is what I'm tired of. You want to talk about the what ifs?
They don't give a crap what you're tired of, though.
Yeah, and it's just
or
it's
me
insane.
Or Bora or Lowe's. They don't care.
That's the problem, and it pisses me off. I'm tired of the caveat of, if we are healthy, I don't give a shit about what if we're healthy. What are you doing right now through this whole season? Farhan put together this stupid-ass freaking roster with guys who constantly get hurt, so don't be surprised if this is what happens. And I'm tired of hearing Farhan coming out and saying, well, if we're healthy. Because we all know it's going to happen at the end of the season. Oh, if we were healthy, we could have competed. I've had enough.
Robert, okay, don't look at the health of players. Look at Farhan's recruitment of the players. Look at who he got. He got the players that can't stay healthy. It's not the players' fault. I mean, to an extent, it could be. But it's Farhan's fault for signing these players to the active roster. I mean, of course they're going to take the deal. Why? Look at Farhan. It's all deeper than what it actually is. All right, you can't just look at the surface level and say, "Oh, this team's not healthy." Sorry, it's just what happens. No,
baseball.
Why aren't they healthy? Because they're just not healthy players, and Farhan signs these guys.
Yep. And what I said about if they could be the best team in baseball for 3-4 weeks, in October, so could about 15 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody that gets on a roll and gets hot. I mean, the Phillies lineup, you're seeing it. They're hot in August, like all get out.
Yep.
But, the Mets, they had the lineup to do it. They didn't. The Padres have the lineup. They haven't been able to do it. The Cincinnati Reds have the lineup. The Marlins probably could do it. Any team can do it. I'm not saying the Giants are world beaters.
Right.
And that they're the best team. No, they're an average team. They're middle of the pack. They're middle of the pack in almost everything. They're the back of the pack when it comes to offensive production. But if healthy and hitting their stride, could Conforto, Haniger, Yaz, Peterson, Flores, Crawford, Estrada, Davis, Schmidt, could 6-7 of those guys get hot? Yeah, it could. But is it likely? Not likely. Not likely. And so, but the problem is your president of operations believes that's what this team has in him. And that's why he waits for that. If you listen to him last year, he said, we're just a 10-game good 10-game streak of being right back in this thing. And he really believed it was going to happen. He really believed this year it's going to happen. His plan, if you look at him, his plan was not to trade for anybody because he thought that Mitch Haniger and Kyle Harrison were your trade acquisitions.
Yep.
Then no disrespect to Robert Rothberg, but Farhan is no different than Robert Rothberg because he's only focusing on the Giants and not taking into account rest of baseball.
The league.
I don't care how healthy the Giants are. If they're all playing at their peak and every other team is playing at their talent peak, the Giants are the 14th to 15th best team in baseball. That's it. The one thing the Giants have going for them is baseball is the one sport where you can be significantly not as good as the other team. The 1988 Dodgers were so much worse than the 1988 Oakland A's. It wasn't, oh my God, that series was such a mismatch.
Yeah, it was.
And the Dodgers won because they had Oral Hershiser, who was a dominant pitcher. Now, Logan Webb is good. He's not dominant. So the one thing the Giants have going for them is if they get in, a lot of teams, the best, more talented teams don't win. Baseball is a funny game. Yep. Like Barry Bonds said, all my job is to hit the ball as hard as I can. And what happens after that, I have no control of it. So what if the Giants get in and they have a bunch of Texas leaguers and bloops and swinging bunts and wild pitches and they find ways to win games? That could happen. But like I said, I'm tired of hearing, well, if the Giants are healthy, this and that. I don't care. If Atlanta's completely healthy, playing at their peak, Philly, LA, you name it, the Giants are about the 14th to 15th best team in baseball. That's just the way it is. And that's where Farhan's making a mistake. He is doing exactly what Robert is doing, focusing only on the Giants. Giants. He has tunnel vision. This is what he sees, the Giants. I don't see any other team in baseball. That's wrong. That's where he's messing up.
Yep.
Correct.
What do you think about that? I've seen some news on that too, talking about next year, possibly the Mets shopping Pete Alonso.
I'm not interested at all. The Mets are going to ask for a haul.
Yep. Price of Pete's too steep.
Mm-hmm.
No, you got Eldridge coming in a few years.
Yeah.
First base.
And he's been doing pretty well there in
it'll take him. He should, a guy like that, if I would say he comes to the majors, gets him to the majors as his hitting, not his pitching.
Yeah.
And focus on getting him through. And he's 18? There's no reason he couldn't. They don't need the full 4 years. He could make it at 21.
Good.
So before the Giants played the Braves, remember Robert was beating out his chest saying,
Bring on the Braves! Bring on the Braves!
They played 6 times, and it was 5-1.
4-2,
right?
4-2. 4-2.
Okay, so that's a 4-2 series win for the Braves. They're just a better team. They're the cream of the crop. I'm very interested to see the Braves play the Dodgers in the next 4 games. Those are 2 heavyweights. Those are 2 very good baseball teams.
Yeah, and they go in 4 games apart, I believe. Did Atlanta win tonight? I think they did against Colorado, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
Let me take a look. Atlanta won 7-3. Dodgers won 7-0. Look at that. Wow. So the Giants picked up 2 games in 3 days on Arizona. So 29 to go.
Fast.
Arizona was doing well, and then they ran into the Dodgers. But now Arizona
has Baltimore.
Has Baltimore at home or
at home? I think
they're very inconsistent.
The only thing is Baltimore doesn't have a closer anymore.
Yeah, but you got to be.
Hey, Cliff Martinez. I like Rhys Hoskins a lot, but that's a typical Giant, a guy that got hurt, and Farhan's going to get him on a discount.
I don't.
That's what the Giants do. They wait for guys to get hurt the prior year and then to get him on a discount because they're not going to get him after a great year, superstar year, because the price will be too high. So if they get guys on discounts, that's what they do. Discount players.
He is going to be a little
He's a
cheaper,
good player,
but
though.
I don't see him as an typical like injury prone player. That's a freak injury, and the surgery and all this recovery stuff for ACLs has come so far. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be playing any different, or he's gonna be losing a step or anything.
Was his ACL his left or his right knee?
Wasn't his left?
Reason that I ask is if it's his left knee, that affects your hitting more than your right. Your left knee, if you're a right-handed hitter, is your plant leg.
I don't know.
Just saying. Oracle's not an easy ballpark to hit. But, I mean, if they got him for like 2 years, 25 million, 30 million, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. I would prefer him over Lamont Wade. And no offense, Wilmer Flores is a bench player. Come in and spot start here and there. But,
I was looking at the game, the highlights today. And in fact, I'll see if I can pull them up here. One thing I do not like about
the left knee,
this
Cliff Martinez.
I want to say here. Let me Carcione went 4 hits today, plus the home run.
Yeah.
But let me show you something here if I've got it. Where is it? Come on. All right, here we go. Highlights. All right. Let me StreamYard present. I want to show you guys something that bugs me. Let me turn the volume down. Where's the volume on here? How do you...
Once you play it, then you can turn it down.
All right.
Boom.
See this? Watch this. Okay. Did you guys see that? Here it is again. See it? Mm-hmm. Do I need to blow it up?
Yeah.
My help.
Is that better?
You gotta. I don't know how you're gonna do that. You're cropping out the top.
Wait,
of the picture.
Dan, zoom all the way out. See if you zoom all the way out.
Hold on here.
Then you might be able to go to full screen on the.
I'm trying to hit the full screen and it's not letting me. It's right in the corner there, and
Here, do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, grab it.
Because I know you're trying to do that without a mouse is almost impossible.
I have a mouse. Oh, that's right. I do have a mouse.
Oh, you do?
But let me see. Let me see if I can get to it. Come on, where'd my mouse go? It's just not letting me grab it. Yeah, go ahead and pull that up.
All right, let me see if I can get it here. Where is it at? Is this the one? Trying to see if they're showing all 4 hits. Let's see.
All right. Just share it. I wanted to make a point about the stadium that bugs me here, and then we'll close this out after this.
All right, here we go.
I went over my time limit. I just got busy with this. All right. If you can, there we go.
Okay, you ready?
All right. Yeah.
Tell me when you want me to pause it when he jumps?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. All right. Something that bugs me about this stadium. One is the dimensions, which we talked about. The other is the fence is too high. I want to see great catches. Lower that thing by a foot or two.
Make it even with the bullpen fence.
Yeah, let's see. We see it in all these parks, all across baseball. Why do we not get? You're not going to get any of that brick wall. You don't get any in left field. We saw Talkman take one back at Dodger Stadium. We see him all over. This fence is, how high is this fence? 9
So you
feet?
want it like right here, right?
Yeah, I want to see some great catches. I want to see some home runs. I don't want to see a guy leaping for the ball and his glove barely reaches. It
You're right.
even.
He
You're
jumped, dude. That was he got some hops on that.
He didn't
You are
even-
correct, but it doesn't help that Meckler's like 5 foot.
Yeah, it doesn't
6.
help that he can't jump.
Dude's
and
tiny.
It doesn't help he's got white man's disease and
Well, he-
Julio
pretty
Rodriguez, Julio Rodriguez would have caught that.
that's not a very good jump.
No?
He's too far back, one.
Oh yeah, Julio would have caught that.
But not many players would catch that in it there. It's give it at least a foot, but bring it down with the bullpen. Make this park a little bit more hitter friendly, and
Agreed.
let's change this. It's boring to watch a game at Oracle because the teams, they don't have any really offensive production. I mean, you're not going to bring in right field with the, it's 309 down the line. But at that 365 mark, like we pointed out the other night, just build another fence. And you know what? Do something else behind there. Whatever you got. You got 20 feet, build a pool area, whatever. Build a kiddie land.
Do pool area like Arizona.
Yeah, do something, but come on. It's a beautiful park. I get it. But the fences could be lowered and right center can be brought in or whatever. Just
They can tinker with it. Yeah, for sure.
You want to attract some left-handed power hitters? Bring that triples alley in from 415 to like 399. And you'll start seeing guys maybe show up. Because I'm telling you, when JT Snow said the other night, left-handed hitters hate coming here, hate hitting in this park, because you could get a hold of one into your zone, which is, for a lot of guys is right center, and they just don't get it, and the winds kind of pull it toward the left field a lot in center. And then you got the deep. I mean, they got the hardest part to hit a home run, which is, where the wind goes against you in the deepest part. So pull it in. Just pull it in.
You're right. But I will say that's what I love so much about Willie Mays. He could not pull homers and candlesticks. So what did he do? He adapted and went to right center. That's a great ball player.
Yeah.
That's a $50 million a year player, not this crap we have now. Adapted.
Amen.
But you're right. I think they should do that because it's left-handed hitters do not want to come here.
Yeah.
Free agents,
I mean,
sure.
and who you've got on the left-hand side. You signed Conforto. I think he gets out of here. I really do. He's going to I can't take one more year of having a low production, or I'm going to be a year older and my numbers are going to be so low, nobody's going to want me.
And you know what? Think about this. If you're a left-handed power hitter playing in this ballpark, you might be thinking, I have to pull it down the line to get a homer. And if that changes your swing just a bit, that's a pop-up to the second baseman because you're trying to pull the ball instead of knowing that you can hit it out if you get it good to right center. That's a very good point, Dan. Very good point.
Yeah,
I might mess with people's hitters and bring them down to 230, 220 when they could easily
Well,
hit
look at all the Giants lefties. They're all in the 230s. Jock, Yaz, Conforto, all three of them.
Yep.
Even
Facts.
Sable's in the 240s. Who's the other lefties they have? Crawford, 205, whatever.
Wade is
None
the
of-
only one.
Yeah, Wade. And he's not hitting a ton of homers. What's he got, like 12, 13, 14?
Oh, you know what? I just found the
What's that?
perfect center fielder.
I know it is.
Man, check that out. Holy crap. He should be out there in center field, man. Look at that.
Is that
That's
senior's son or
fantastic.
Is that Hunter Jr. or that's not me, is it?
That's you. That's
Oh, gosh.
100% you.
And you know what? This is you. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. For Bora and Los. I'm Dan Cochimilio. So long, everybody. And from the green room, pumping down more steroids is Balco Boy himself. You want to say goodbye to everybody? Wave goodbye. Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you, everybody. Thanks for joining. Arrivederci.